Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Starlight, and welcome. If you're new, welcome. And today, this title is He Loves Me, He Loves Me Not. So here we go. Let's find out, does he love Starlight or not? So here we go. All right, I do have a bucket down below, and these are hard to get sometimes, so I want to make sure I don't miss any of them. So I'm going to start with He Loves Me. He loves me. He loves me not. Hmm. He loves me. He loves me not. Oops. He loves me. He loves me not. He loves me. Oops. He loves me not. He loves me. He loves me not. He loves me. He loves me not. He loves me. He loves me not. Getting there. He loves me. Aw, he loves me not. He loves me. 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 Haha, yes, he loves me. He loves me not. He loves me. He loves me not. He loves me. Yes, he loves me. He loves me not. He loves me. He loves me not. Look at that. The last one. I'm going to keep that there. I'm not going to. He loves me. Yeah, look at that. We're not going to break that one. So he does. He loves me. So hello, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that. That was scary. I've been wanting to do this video for a long time, and I have just been waiting for the daisies to come out. And I just took a walk the other day, or yesterday actually, and I'm like, hey, Daisy is here. And no, not Daisy Duke from the Dukes of Hazzard. No, not her. So anyway, before I get started on this video, you can like this video, you can share this video, you can subscribe, you can leave a message down below. Sorry, my screen kind of went out a little bit. And you can ring the notification bell so you don't miss anything. Plus, you can reach me or follow me. You can follow me, I don't care, on Instagram at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook at Kathy with a K Dingman Starlight. So, he loves me. So anyway, I have to have fun with you. We gotta mix things up a little bit. You know, you probably were wondering, does he love her or not? So he does. He loves me. I know he does. So anyway, that is what this topic is about today. Or it could be, does she love you or not? So this is this is the message today. Is there's a lot of people out there, whether they're in relationships, whether they're like, with me, I have a special friend out there. I have never met him yet. That's kind of hard. Like you haven't met him, but you're on a higher love with him. Because we have a strange way of communicating. But, and then there's other people that might be married to somebody, so there's all kinds of different ways in relationships, either a friend, where you have not had any sex, no kissing, no hugging, no nothing, but you love each other and you're getting to know each other, so, and then there's people out there that could be boyfriend and girlfriend, and they're who knows how long they've been dating. They could just start. They just could have been friends before. Or some people they just jump right into it and just like, okay, we're boyfriends and girlfriends. Okay, all right. So and then then there's people that like have been married for who knows how long. Whether they're just new. Maybe they just got married or they've been married for a while. And, a lot of you, and this goes for guys and girls, you might wonder, does he really love me? Or does she really love me? So anyway, that's why I've been wanting to make this video for a long time. But like I said, I had to wait for Daisy to come out, and not Daisy Duke from Dukes of Hazzards. Boy, she was hot in her days, but we'll just leave it there. So anyway, is like to get involved with somebody, it is so important, and like to ask before you get involved with them, especially if you're looking for anything serious, long-term kind of thing going on. Is you really want to ask and ask and ask and ask and ask and ask a lot of questions, and I encourage that. I've been on a few dating apps in my life, and it has been, it's 2023, I believe 2021 was the last time I've been on a dating app, and I was on that dating app like for a long time, most of the time, because it was absolutely free, and I don't even want to tell you the name of that app because there's a lot of fakes out there, just like on Facebook, they're all over, like there's people that are, they pretend to be somebody they're not, or, they give you a fake photo, or they might give you a photo of when they were in high school, when they were looking good, and, when they were keeping themselves in shape, and, or they might just give you a face photo, and no body attached to it, where you're like, I would like to see the whole body with clothes on, please. So, yeah, you gotta really ask a lot of questions. Even if you have to sit one day in your place where you live, wherever you live. I live in an apartment, and no, I do not own my place. And I am not ashamed of that. I'm a single girl. Why would I need a house? I don't need a house right now, especially if I plan on one day getting married. If I have a house and he has a house, it's just like, okay, that kind of silly, because then one of us has got to sell a house. And some people actually prefer for you to actually just, you might end up having to get another house anyway. So it is a lot of money involved in, and then you got to fix it. I don't know how to fix all this stuff that goes on in a house, and it costs a lot of money. So I am not ashamed of that. But when I've gone on dating apps, or any time with any guy being interested with me, a lot of their first questions that they come up with, Starlight, is, what do you do for a living? Red flag. Do you rent or own? Red flag. And you're probably wondering why. Those are good. No, those are not really good questions. That has nothing to do really with me, of who I am inside of me. It's not about how much money I make or what do I do for a living. It's, who am I? Ask about me. Find out about me. Don't ask and find out what do I do for a living to find out, okay, I wonder how much money she makes. Is that all you're about? No. I mean, is it really? No, please. So it is important that you work, yes. But, it is something how that goes on dating apps, as far as, I've been on many, many times, off and on throughout years. I'm figuring out the math here. Around 2010 is about when I started going on dating apps. I had to give myself 3 years, of absolutely having nothing to do with men. I cleared myself for 3 years. Wasn't around males at all, after a breakup. And it's very, I encourage you, if you have a breakup, please don't rush out and run out there and try to hook up and get another one. Please, you need time to heal, from that relationship. Work on yourself, work on yourself, work on yourself, Then, you could go out, and the best way to me is really, there's a lot of fakes there on either Facebook. I don't go on the other apps, but dating apps. So really, if you can get out in the community, that's the best way. Then you can see the person, go out and do what you love to do. If you like going out hiking, hey, go out and take a hike. Go out and try to be friendly, but don't overdo it, especially the guys and girls, because people can get the wrong, response from that. They might think, if a girl's too friendly with a guy, then they think she's a prostitute or a whore, And then if a guy is too friendly with a girl, then she thinks, stalker alert. What is he up to, So you got to think, you got to be wise of how you, introduce yourself, and, how do you represent yourself? You got to be wise, think ahead, don't talk too much in the first beginning. You might say things that you wish you didn't say, and, you got to, just because a single girl or a single guy is out for a hike or does different things, it doesn't mean that they're single, right? So you got to feel it out, not feel her out, but, feel it out. So you got to, talk about hiking, and, just see, don't be shy. I had it's kind of funny. I had a guy the other day. I was very outwardly friendly, having a great day, and I said hi to somebody. And I got to give the guy credit. I know he's way younger than me, but I got to give him credit, even though he didn't know me, I didn't know him, is that he kept on walking, and I was actually heading to my vehicle, because I was done in that area or whatever. And he decided, hey, I'm going to turn around and just hey, can we ever hang out, I give the guy, credit. He was a quick thinker. I don't meet very many of men like that in my life. So, hey, that was good. He wasn't afraid, no matter what skin color I was or what color he was. He went for it, he did. I give him a lot of credit, I was going to do that long time myself. I did see a guy in a grocery store, we were both and it was just kind of weird. We kept on, bumping into each other in different parts of the store. That really does, that happened to me yesterday. Of course, that man was much, much older than I was, where this other guy, just, there was something about him, and I kind of blew it, because I didn't know if he was single or not. Just because it's a guy in a store, just because a girl is shopping all by herself doesn't mean that they're single. And I just was like, I had business cards with me because I was cleaning at that time, had my own cleaning business, but I blew the shot. I didn't get brave enough, and I didn't know what to say. I didn't know how to, I could have said, hey, I have a cleaning business, just to kind of, because it would have had my name and number on there, and just to, it's good to find out if they're, it's tough though. You want to say, hey, are you single? That would be a good start. And if they're not single, oh, okay, well, have a great day then, whatever, So, yeah, so when it comes to relationships, you got to really ask a lot of questions, even if you got to write a whole list of stuff. Not that you got to ask them all at once, but really take a day, some time, write a whole bunch of questions that you want to ask somebody if you're, either friends or maybe, well, if you're already girlfriend and boyfriend, it's kind of too late, if you're already having sex and, kissing and hugging and all that kind of stuff. It's kind of, you're already together, pretty much, right? So, and if you're married, it's kind of too late there, too, to have all those questions. But if you're just friends, and you're working on it, or sometimes people might be dating, but they still are not having sex. That is possible. I know where my background is what I was learning is when I went to church is I courted men, I was being taught, not to be alone with the male, is to have a babysitter all the time with me, or, like if you're an adult, and, each church that I went to, they were different. The one church, I didn't have to have a babysitter, but, I was being taught, don't be alone. Don't sit right next to them because the vibes and all that, if they see you attractive, or her, they might be having vibes coming out that they can't help, because they see that you're attractive looking. And it might be a mixture of different things, how they see you attractive. It doesn't always have to be the outward appearance. If you've been getting to know each other, it might be that they got a great sense of humor. Starlight loves a guy with a great sense of humor, I like the mix, though, when it comes to guys. I really prefer a man that actually has two sides of him, where he could be serious at sometimes when necessary, but he's not always serious. He can have, fun and can be like a kid at times and, have a great sense of humor. So those are things that are very important. But if you're just friends or if you're dating or if you're, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband or wife, and if they're lying to you, and you didn't know that in the beginning because they lied so much, you believed all this stuff, you trusted them and you found out later on, you really might want to think of really, are you with the right one? Because that's a big, huge red flag. Like if I was courting somebody and I caught them lying, I'd be running. Bye. See ya. I'm out of here. We ain't got nothing in common here, right? Absolutely not. Because, if they're dishonest, then they're going to be the type that's going to fool around on you and have sex with other people. Or she might be the dishonest one. Girls and guys, this goes both ways. So, girls, don't be afraid to ask the guys out, and guys, don't be afraid. And just like that other guy a couple days ago, you got to be quick if it's out in public. You got to be, don't let her or him, get away. That could be the one, I know I was in the store yesterday, and it was so sweet. I had a guy, it was kind of funny. I was shopping. We were shopping at the same store. I seen him off and on throughout the store, and I had only a few things in my cart. And when I get in line, like most of this stuff was way in the back, and this is a cheaper store, Aldi's, where you can get things cheaper, like so I was in there to save on money, because I know certain prices are cheaper in there. I can get I don't go for the big brand stuff, it tastes the same to me, unless it's certain stuff, it might taste different. But so anyway, you have to shop a little different when you get in a line. You kind of have to, especially with females, is with their pocketbooks and stuff, you want to be in front of the cart. So I had, my pocketbook was way in the back of the cart, and my food was way in the back of the cart because it rolled that way, as I was going through the store. And a nice older gentleman, actually, I never had this happen, but he goes, here, let me give you a hand and help you, like reach the stuff in your cart that is way in the back. And I'm like, wow, isn't that sweet? I said, well, I could always use a helping hand. And, I could tell as I was leaving, he kept on kind of eyeballing me that he was kind of interested. But he was shocked, putting his stuff away in his cart and getting it bagged up. And I was already ahead of him and already out the door, and I noticed how he's kind of turning around, like, like second thinking, I should have said something. I should have done something, but it was too late. I was already driving away. And I wasn't interested in him because, I already have, you know, um, somebody in my heart space. So I never met him though, so anyway, so you got to be quick, like if it's out in public, go to where you like to go. That's where you're going to find the same person that's going to like they like the same stuff, whatever it is that you like out there, of course, going to the bars is not really the place. I mean, if you like going to the bars, that might be like might not be the best place to go meet somebody, really, and a lot of people do that. You might end up getting with somebody that either he or she, because it goes both ways, they might not be looking for that long-term relationship and getting married and being with you. They might not be ready for a relationship. They might just, want to play right now. That might be all that they're looking for. So if you're looking for somebody serious, you don't want to play her, do you? So you got to be wise at where you go, and a lot of people do, like a restaurant. A good place to meet people is but you got to keep on kind of going there, it doesn't really matter, but like restaurants in the morning, if you're a coffee kind of person, like a restaurant, like a decent restaurant, not Stewart's. You don't want to just hang out at Stewart's. You want to go to a really nice restaurant, like at whatever time of the day, morning, night, or whatever, and you might, a coffee is a good way of meeting people because, you're not allowed to, well, some people do eat when they go out, but you definitely want to ask people questions and find out a lot, and as far as like relationships with dating or like somebody like with me, I'm only a friend with somebody. I don't, he's never called me on the phone. I don't, I know what he looks like. I know what he does for a living. Not that I've ever asked. That was all by accident. And I wasn't, the first time I met him, I never thought of, he was not the type that I was even looking for at all. And I wasn't even looking when I first met this person. So it's kind of funny how that happens. And I'm never asking guys, hey, what do you do for a living? It just that happened to be I met him at where he works. So, yeah, you want to make sure, like the person that you're either dating or like even being a friends, like, like I have a higher love for the one that I seek, or not that I seek, but that I'm not really with right yet, but I have a higher love for that person, and we've been, getting to know each other for a long time now, and so, like if you are with somebody like dating and like a boyfriend, girlfriend, where you might be even living together, or maybe you're not quite there, is you got to really ask yourself, does this person love me? Do they love me who I am? can they deal with everything about who I am? How's their attitude? Do they wake up grumpy every morning? Do they have attitudes? Do they say things in the air? Are they faithful? Can you trust them? That really means a lot right there. Do you trust them? Can you trust the guy or girl that you're with maybe he's got not that she's a girlfriend, but maybe a lady friend, she could be an older lady, or whoever, whatever. Um, can you trust him with her? Now if it was an ex, that would be a line for me. I'm like, if that's your ex, I'm going to have issues with that. But if it's not your ex and he's definitely doesn't want to be with her, or even guys, girls, guys, would you trust your girl to hang out with a guy friend? Not that he's a boyfriend and it's not a past lover, or an ex. Now it's a difference if you're involved with children. Of course, you're going to have to deal with your ex. That's a different story. But should you be hanging out with them? That's definitely where the line should draw. Really, they're hanging out and going to places together and stuff because they did have a romantic time together, and they could have had babies together, and those feelings could still be there. That does happen. So those are things that you really, if those are areas that you are like a gray area, really. And the other thing is that happens to some people is sometimes this really happens. I've seen this throughout my life. Is sometimes you might be dating or courting, or even just freshly getting involved with somebody, whether you're married or not. Maybe you just have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, and mainly it's for people that are just friends or just dating. They haven't had sex yet, or maybe they've kissed and fooled around a little bit, not a lot, not a lot going on kind of thing. And sometimes what happens is that other people will pop up in the picture while you're getting to know the person that you want to get to know. And sometimes this happens where, it could be the guy that he might really like you, or the girl could really like him. And sometimes maybe a person that they knew from the past that they wanted to get hooked up with, but they never did, and they never seen them for years. Maybe they were in a relationship before, and then they kind of pop up, and life happens like that sometimes. And even though he's kind of seeing somebody right now, whether they had sex or not, where he might be like, this kind of blows because I like the girl that I'm been talking to now, but now this girl that I knew before, we had a good connection. I really knew her, I knew her a lot more. We went out and did stuff, but we never did anything, we never had sex or anything. And, he might actually be second guessing and saying, what should I do, because I haven't done anything with her yet, and, or it could be where a girl, same kind of thing. It could be even different where she might have guy friends, and she might have like a lot of guy friends where, she could be seeing somebody. And, maybe her guy friend has been changing a lot and working on himself, and maybe she's second guessing herself and not really knowing does she want to continue with the one that she's been seeing, and not that she had any sex with him. So you got to really be careful of that. That can happen where guys can have many girl, friends out there, and, maybe he likes a few of them out there, and where you don't really know where you stand, like is he wanting to go with a different girl, or is his heart really set on you, because he could have a lot of female friends, because that's the way it goes a lot is when I was younger, I didn't really have female friends at all. I was always hanging out with guys. I really never really hung out with girls in my life, you know, so it was always, I got along great with guys. You know, I had, you know, so it could be that way where, you know, you gotta say, okay, you know, like, you might not even know about it, or you might know about that he has, other girl, you know, friends as girls, you know, so you gotta wonder, does he love me, or, you know, like, is another one popping up, you know, does he love somebody else, you know, maybe he's eyeballing another girl, and maybe he's not really sure who he wants to be with, you know, even though he hasn't had sex with you or did anything with you, you know, like, you got to really keep your, you know, like, to ask yourself, is he in a higher love with me, or is he having second choice, you know, choices out there that he wants to maybe get hooked up with a different person, you know? So you really got to make sure, you know, that the guy or the girl is focused on you, and you know, that's his target. Like with me as Starlight, the guy that I really desire to spend the rest of my life with, he's the only one. You know, I don't have anybody back there in the past. Absolutely not. Nobody. You know, and there's nobody here, you know, that I desire to spend my rest of my life with. You know, nobody has come to me, and I don't know anything about anybody, you know, so, and I don't have any friends that I hang out with now. So really, it's just a you know, I know where I'm all focused on one, where, you know, you might question, you know, is this person really desiring me, or is he desiring many? You know, maybe he desires this one or that one, or maybe he can't even make up his mind which one, you know, and that goes on with girls, is maybe she can't make up her mind, should I go with Bob, or, you know, like, Bill or Mike? You know, there's so many Mikes, you know, so you know, you gotta make up your mind, what one, you know, like, are you going to go with, and because if you don't want to teeter-totter, you know, like, oh, one day I like this one, and oh, now I don't like this one, and this day, you know, like, it does happen like that. Sometimes we see different things and flaws in people, and I know when I was younger is that, you know, like, it happens in churches too, like, where, you know, where you might be courting somebody, and then, you know, so a lot of guys and girls in churches, when they're single, they're waiting, they're just praying, oh, please, God, please send a single person in the door, you know, and then boom, you know, like, it might not be in your door in that church, but you might find another Christian somewhere out there, and then, you know, like, you know, then a Christian guy or girl comes in the church, and you're like, you know, like, huh, now a Christian person comes in, a single guy or girl, and then you're like, this is so awkward, you know, like, I've been actually, you know, getting to know this guy here, and look at this guy, you know, look at how he's dressed and how he carries himself and the energy or whatever, and you might be like, what do I do? Do I dump the guy that you didn't even do nothing with? You never even kissed him or anything like that, and am I making the wrong mistake? You know, am I making, you know, this other guy here, you know, for whatever reason, or girl, you know, you might have your, you know, you might be, I'm confused. I don't know which one I should go with, you know, so it is a big question, you know, like, does he love you or not, or does she love you or not, you know, or is she kind of thinking of somebody else, or is he thinking about somebody else, or, you know, does he have so many of them that he doesn't even know which one? You know, that does happen out there, where you have so many things that pop up out of the blue. And, you know, some people are really big on your sign, what month what your date of birth is. So there's people out there that, you know, study that, and they might be like, you know, I know that this sign would be good for me, but then this sign could be good for me too. And, you know, before you know it, they don't know which one they even want or desire anymore. So you really got to really be careful out there when it comes to that. And but you want to believe and trust that everything that you're going through is going great. And don't get jealous. I mean, if you know that something like that is going on, or you might not even know, because jealousy is not a good thing to bring in a relationship at all. Where I know in my case, I do have somebody out there that does love me, and so you gotta, really, and you might be with somebody, you might have been married with somebody, and, where things could change, where you might find out that, that we did love each other at one point, and, we're growing in different ways, and, now it's not the same anymore. I'm trying to grow and mature and do the different things, and, where your loved one, whether it's a guy or a girl, they might just want to stay the way they were when you started, but that might not be your case. You might want to grow and change and do different things, and it might pull you away, from the love that you had before, and that's okay. It just means that, it was a lesson for you. Don't get all upset, that you're changing. It's a good thing that you're changing and growing, as long as you're going up, not going down, because that happens. Sometimes people might start drinking and start doing drugs that they didn't do when you started. So, they might not be for you anymore, and that is okay. Sometimes people have to get divorced, and that is okay. Don't feel like you're stuck, you know. But you do. You want to make sure you reach out to the one that you're with, and build that relationship with. And like I said, there are people out there that they do have a lot of friends, and they do, but can you really trust that one that you're with the opposite sex? If you don't trust them, maybe that you got to work on yourself, or maybe there's something. Why do you not trust them? Do you think they're going to cheat on you? Do you feel like did they give you any signs that they're going to cheat on you? Or is it just your imagination, or are you just overthinking or whatever? Because that does happen. So you really got to ask yourself, does he love you? Does she love me? I know the one that I desire to be with does love me. So, I believe in that, and I am still going to believe in that. And so you got to keep yourself safe, and, because it is your heart, and people easily do get hurt out there, when especially it does. It really is it hurts a lot when you're teenagers, when you're starting it out, because you don't know what it is. And, as you get older, it still hurts, when you have your heart broken, so you got to make sure in the beginning, though, you got to ask as many questions, and really when it comes to any of the relationships, really, I really don't like to get involved with anybody that's married. And, if they're happily married, leave them alone. But if they're not happily married, you can be there to be a friend and be a support, and if things don't work out, but you don't want to jump into things either, and no matter what kind of relationship, if they're a boyfriend, girlfriend, and the relationship is not working out, and they're miserable, and they're not happy, it just means that, that they have a lesson to learn, and that's, that's what we're here. We're, sometimes that we're only with somebody for a period of time, and then, you learn some stuff about that relationship. You're like, what am I supposed to learn out of that relationship? Okay, yeah, I learned. What was my lesson? My lesson was get to know the person, make sure that they're being real, make sure they're not being a liar, because if they're lying to you, they're deceiving you, they're trying to be everything that you say that you want, and they just try to play it out like an actor, and they just play out, oh yeah, I'm everything that you want, and then you find out, after you get with them that, oh my, they've been lying to me, they deceived me, and all this stuff. So that's why you don't want to jump in the next time. And I didn't before either. It was quick, but I thought I was doing everything the right way. So you gotta, you gotta learn your lesson, and that's the whole thing, is learn your lesson, don't repeat it. So make sure the person is being real. You don't want to get involved with somebody that's fake, or whatever you've learned, in your past experiences with whoever you were with, whether you're a guy or a girl. if she was a girl that was going around cheating on you, or, you know, or a girl that was after your money, you know, or guys, you know, guys go after girls' money too these days. It's not just the girls. I've had a lot of men after my money, on dating apps and on Facebook. They're out there, and yeah, they are out there. They always give me a sad story. You know, I just had a message not too long ago about wanting to have me to help him out with money for food, and if I didn't help him out, he was going to kill himself. Well, yeah, he's still on Facebook. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. But I deleted that message because I didn't want other people reading that on there. You know, he sent it on one of my posts on my Facebook. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. You know, you're really doing that. You're really, you know, like how pathetic is that, really? But anyway, I do love you, and I really hope you get a lot of help, and you really got to be careful, though, especially, it goes for guys and girls, is to, you know, really, you can always test each other out, and you got to just make sure they're being real and honest with you. Really, that is the biggest thing I can tell you is, you know, you can always check out with hang out, invite their friends over to your house, and, you know, get to know their family members, really. If they're lying to their family members and their friends, they're gonna lie to you. And you. You know, they are. So you do. You wanna invite their friends over. Don't like say, oh, I don't want to. You know, you got to get to know their friends. You know, their family. You know, that's a part of the deal. You know, you can't expect that. Hey, when I get together with him, I'm gonna get rid of his friends or get rid of her friends, his friends, or whatever. You know, so get to know him, invite him over, make dinner. Say, yeah, I'm going to make dinner for you. If he even has any friends, maybe he doesn't even have any friends to invite over. Like me, you know, like, you don't have to worry about me. I don't have any friends. You know, so anyway, I do love all of you. You can give this video a thumbs up. You can share this video. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can leave a message down below. Don't forget the notification bell. And if you want to follow me, but don't stalk me, and I'm being funny with that, is you can at 1995 on Instagram, 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook at Kathy with a K, Dingman Starlight. So those are 3 ways you can get in touch with me. And I really hope, you know, you love this video and you give it a thumbs up. And anyway, I really hope that you're taking good care of yourself. This is Starlight. Love and light. Peace.